Your marketing isn't failing because you don't have enough tools or flashy campaigns. It's not because your budget is low or because social media is suddenly useless. The real enemy, the one invisible force that keeps sabotaging every effort, hides beneath everything you see and do. It's the absence of connection. Not just any connection, but the connection that fuels real human belief, genuine resonance, and unstoppable momentum. You might think your product or idea is strong enough to sell itself, but if the link between your message and your audience is weak or twisted, no strategy can save you. Right now, you're battling a silent killer, the split between who your audience truly is and what your marketing pretends they are. Look around. The world screams about freedom, growth, and breaking norms, yet your marketing feels trapped in formulas, scripts, and recycled tactics. It feels like everyone's shouting, but no one's being heard. Why? Because the system is built to wash out the rare, to filter the unusual, to punish the radical. And your message? If it doesn't fit the mold, it gets drowned out or twisted until it no longer means what you meant. That invisible force is conformity disguised as marketing best practices. It convinces you that the crowd's opinion is king, that safe choices win, that only what appeals to the masses matters. But that's a lie. Your audience isn't the masses. They're individuals craving something real and different, but your marketing keeps serving them the same old noise, disguised as innovation, but really just more noise. This force convinces you to water down your truth to fit boxes, to chase trends instead of forging your own path. You're told to measure clicks, likes, views as the ultimate proof, while the real currency is trust, clarity, and deep alignment, things no algorithm sees. All those numbers? They're masks hiding how disconnected your message is. If you want to stop failing, you have to stop playing their game. Stop guessing what will get engagement and start connecting on a level that's almost uncomfortable. Because real connection demands honesty, vulnerability, and the courage to shock the system. If you keep asking, what will please, you'll keep failing. Instead, ask, who do I really want to reach? How can I speak to their raw reality, not the polished image the world expects? Here's the brutal truth. The majority of marketing fails because it tries to create a generic promise for a generic audience. But the people who buy, who champion, who build movements, they want to belong to something so real that it shatters their old beliefs. They are starving for permission to be themselves and to feel recognized. Marketing that glosses over this hunger, that hides behind jargon or cliches, gets ignored, scrolled past, deleted. If you want to crush that invisible force and finally create campaigns that flood your pipeline with loyal customers, your marketing must become a mirror and a magnet at the same time. Mirror them honestly, show they are seen, known, and understood, and magnetize by giving them a vision they can't resist, a future where they are the hero, not just another buyer. So how do you unlock that? First, you must reject the idea that marketing is about selling products. It's about revealing a shared identity, a collective mission that makes the buyer say, "This is me. This is what I've been waiting for." That means you stop talking about features and start talking about freedom, struggle, and transformation, elements every person hides deep but lives every day. You tap into the fears no one admits, the fear that they're stuck, that they'll never break through the noise, that time is running out. And you don't just name those fears, you offer a path out, a new way, a rebellion, a spark that lights their fire again. You must weave your message with the invisible threads of human truth, raw, simple, and impossible to ignore. Use stories that cut through surface thinking, stories that reveal how your product or idea is actually the key to regaining lost power. Don't just show results. Show the emotional salvation, the regained control, the unshakable identity that comes with choosing your vision. When your marketing speaks this language, it doesn't just catch attention, it creates allegiance. It transforms followers into believers and buyers into warriors of your cause. Forget the old advice about audiences and segments. Focus on the single person who feels like they don't fit anywhere, who is tired of hollow promises, who sees the cracks in the world everyone pretends don't exist. Speak to them personally. Let your marketing become the hook, the safe space, and the battle cry for their transformation. This is how you build movements, not just markets. Movements win because they align with human identity at the highest level, and your marketing becomes their rally flag, not just another email in the inbox. This may feel risky, because it is. The system will resist. The safeguards will shake their heads. The experts will warn against it. But this is the pain no marketing guru tells you. The old way is dying, and if your marketing doesn't evolve beyond pleasing, optimizing, and discounting uniqueness, it will slowly suffocate your brand. The only way forward is through interruption, authenticity, and alignment with the truth of your audience's inner rebellion. When you dare to be real, you unleash a magnetic force that no best practice can fake. Now here's the secret weapon most don't understand. True marketing power doesn't come from talking at people. It comes from building a network, a living, breathing collective of individuals who recognize their spark in your message and refuse to let it go. Your marketing should be the gateway to this network, a place where the rare find each other, connect, and amplify their power. The more you nurture this alliance, the stronger your momentum becomes, and the more that invisible force loses its grip. Imagine your marketing as a fire, not a floodlight. It doesn't try to illuminate everything, but instead draws in those who feel its heat. This fire burns away the illusion of normal, the pressure to conform, and the toxicity of fitting in. It creates a space where raw individuality calls to raw individuality, forging bonds so deep they resist every distraction or temptation to quit. Your job is to keep stoking that fire with honesty, with courage, and with relentless energy. Some might think this sounds too personal, too raw, or too wild for professional marketing. They're wrong. The future of marketing is brutal honesty dressed in empathy, the kind that cuts through the noise and builds tribes instead of cliques. Leaders and founders know this instinctively. They feel the rift between what marketing used to be and what it must become for them to truly thrive. They know that survival depends on daring to be misunderstood by the many, but embraced by the few who matter. It's within this crucible that greatness is forged, not just for companies, but for entire industries and movements. If there's one thing to take away, it's this. The invisible force that makes your marketing fail is the ghost of separation, the lie that you and your audience live in different worlds. Break that illusion. Show that you see them clearly. Speak so deeply that they can't help but respond. Stop selling to a who and start honoring each person's unique spark. This is how your marketing will stop failing. This is how your brand becomes unstoppable. Step away from the empty noise. Step into the flame. Align with those who refuse to settle, who reject the comfortable lie, and who burn with a fire for something more. This is not just marketing, this is liberation. And when it happens, you won't just gain customers, you'll gain comrades. You'll build a network of disruptors who carry your vision forward long after any campaign ends. It's time to stop searching for flashy hacks and empty formulas. The power lies in authenticity, alignment, and connection, worked on relentlessly, every day. This is the marketing they never warned you about. The kind that doesn't just sell, but frees. The kind that doesn't just win attention, but transforms worlds. The kind that turns founders into leaders, audiences into movements, and ideas into revolutions. Harness this. Make it yours. And watch how everything changes.